Shalom, this is GMS 100 Sit Downs coming back with another lesson. First off and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahal, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS for teaching us this truth and that rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect that spreading this word is sincerity and truth. Gone. So I found this article posted the 25th of March. So today is the 27th. That's 2 days ago. That's 2 days ago. So it says oh, and it's originally it originally comes from, let me see, most of the time they also show you that where the article originally comes from. Okay, it doesn't show you right now, but the reason I use blacklisted news very often is because it gathers all kinds of news articles. Like I can show you real quick. You know, it gathers news articles from different websites, and you can even go to the website like I wanted to show you, but most of the time around here, you know, down here they show you like it comes from this website, you know. But this is a good website, so you know, for the brothers that do videos to blacklisted news, man. So I want to make a video on this article. It says, before US troops protected poppies in Afghanistan, there was no opioid epidemic in America. So guess what this is about, man? You know, this is what Esau does. Esau invades a country for the benefits thereof. Esau invades a country to get rich off of it. You know, the same thing with Afghanistan, man. Afghanistan is known for their poppy leaves, which from poppy you make heroin. So the article states there was no before the US troops protected poppies in Afghanistan, there was no opioid epidemic in America. So what this article basically tells you is like, listen, those so-called protected those so-called protected poppy fields in Afghanistan are not being protected. They are being robbed, man. They are being robbed until the Maximus, to the Alexander Maximus, man. Man, this is the spirit of Esau. He rapes, robs, and murders every country that he can put his hands on, man. Now, what was the reason that they went into Afghanistan? You know, it was 9/11, man. So, but 9/11 didn't even have nothing to do with Afghanistan, man. But it gave them a reason to say like, yeah, terrorists, we gotta invade the Middle East. We're gonna invade Afghanistan. Now, if Afghanistan is known for the oil and for the poppy leaves, for the poppy fields. So before the America was there protecting the poppy fields, there was no opioid epidemic in America. People using heroin. But after that, people started using heroin because why? America, the government itself brings in those drug plants, and they use it, man. They use it, and they no, slack, they don't use it. The government brings in those plants. They create it into heroin, and they put it out on the streets, man. They bring it out on the streets, and of course they bring it out mostly within Jake neighborhoods, man, because it's really an attack on Jake at the same time. It's making money, you know, by wickedness, and it's an attack on Jake in the first place, man. So it says the Afghanistan war is the longest in United States history, and despite initial claims that the goal of the invasion was to keep Americans safe by destroying the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, the result has been a massive increase in opium production that has fueled an ongoing opioid crisis in the United States and ensnared more than 2.5 million Americans in heroin addiction. A whistleblower and former FBI contractor, Sybil Edmonds, noted, before the US invaded Afghanistan in 2001, there were around 189,000 heroin users in the United States. By 2016, that figure increased to 4.5 million. An estimated 2.5 million heroin addicts and 2 million casual users. So 2.5 million people that are really addicted to this thing. So that's like how can I say it? That's like standard cash that's coming in, because if these addicted people are in the neighborhoods, that means the people that sell and create this heroin from those poppy leaves, they gotta keep supplying those addicts, man. So it's an ongoing business because of these addicts. Now the casual users is another thing. The casual users is more like, yeah, okay, every now and then they need some heroin. They buy some heroin for, casual reasons. The number of heroin overdose deaths in the US also skyrocketed, with a 533% increase from around 2,000 deaths in 2002 to more than 3,200 deaths in 2016. This is part of more than 64,000 deaths attributed to drug overdose in 2016, according to the National Institute of Drug Abuse. So they're so-called protecting those fields, right? Protecting them from what? From Afghans using the poppy leaves? From what are they protecting it? Not from their own people, because their own people are not in Afghanistan. It's like I'm coming in your house, like I'm invading your house, and then I'm gonna say like, yeah, this kitchen of yours, you have no rights to come in your kitchen no more. I'm gonna seal it off and I'm gonna protect it with my soldiers. So here it is, you are in my house and you want to invade here it is, you are in my house and you want to tell me I cannot go into my own kitchen no more because I'm not allowed to use the things that are in my kitchen. What does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with Al-Qaeda? What does that have to do with, what's that other name? Al-Qaeda, and you have the other one, Taliban. Yeah, what does that have to do with them? Poppy doesn't make Taliban stronger. Poppy doesn't make Al-Qaeda stronger. Why don't you just keep your fucking claws from the things that don't belong to you? But this is the spirit of Esau, man. This is the spirit of Esau. Let's grab some scriptures, man. This is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Which is Esau. Esau is devising evil upon his bed. Esau is always thinking, which if you don't know, Esau is the so-called white man. Esau is always thinking about ways how to destroy Jake, how to take over, how to make money, how to get rich off of wickedness. Because they don't care if it is in righteousness, which their law is not upright in the first place, but they go against their own law themselves, man. They tell you to keep the law, but they go against their own law themselves. That shows you that their law is not, it doesn't even work for themselves, man. Because they have to do things in a secret. So the people don't rise up and say like, hey, what are y'all doing? Then they have to bring out things like, yeah, fake news is out there. So every video, alternative news brings out every video that a GMS member, a Great Millstone member, or someone brings out, it can be claimed as false news, fake news, you know, to cover up their own madness. So it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, because selling this heroin and getting rich off of it is one thing that the government does, but the major thing why they do it is to kill off Jake, man. You saw how many overdoses came from this heroin, man. How many people are addicts because of this heroin that's being brought into the country by military, by the US military, man. 2.5 million people are addicted to this drug, you know. But the funny thing is they targeting Jake, but the main people that are being drug addicts and getting overdoses are their own people, man, are Edomites. But that's the funny thing about Esau. Esau doesn't give two shits whether their own people suffer under it, man. The government doesn't give two shits. They just want Jake to suffer with it, man. And if it affects more upon their own people, hey, so be it, man. They don't give a shit about their own people neither, because their agenda is to reduce world population to 500 million, which under those 500 million, their own people are also among them. So it's 2 in 1 for them. So they devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Now, if the so-called white man was Japhet does not have that power right now. Japhet doesn't have the power to do all these things, to covet fields, to invade countries. Japhet does not do that. And Japhet are those Indonesian people, the Hawaiians, the Samoans, you know, the Aboriginals. Those are Japhet, man. They don't have that power right now. Hey, man, Japhet got kicked out of his own land by these so-called white people, man. So how can that be Japhet? Japhet got kicked out their own country, man. You know, plus the scriptures don't speak about Japhet being in power like that. It speaks about Esau being in power like that. Read Obadiah. Read Job chapter 30. Read Ezekiel chapter 28. We're gonna read about that in a minute. You know, so Esau, the so-called white man, is not Japhet, man. Come on, man. It's Esau. Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So a man, they covet fields. Let's look up the word covet. They covet. The word there is chamad. To desire, covet, take pleasure in, delight in, to desire. To be desirable, to delight greatly, desire greatly. You know? They lust after someone in his field. So it says they covet fields, they desire fields. Let's look up that. Fields. The Hebrew word there is shadah. Field, land. So didn't they invade the land of Afghanistan, man? They desire the land, they desire the field. Cultivated field, a home of wild beast, plain. Land. So if there are people in Afghanistan that have poppy fields, you know, which is upon their land, they desire to have that. Because those Afghans, they don't really see money. They just see it as poppy leaves and don't know what the hell they use it for. But that's just it, man. But Esau comes in the country and he says, oh shit, poppy leaves, man. Poppy fields. We have to say that we want those poppy fields because, you know, otherwise the people will use it as drugs. And so we secure it. Meanwhile, they're not securing it. They are robbing the shit out of it, man. Because they desire it. Like the word says, they covet fields. They desire those fields. They desire that land. You know? And take them by violence. They take it by violence, man. Do you think those Afghans agree with what they are taking, man? But Esau has been doing this throughout the history, man. They have been rape, robbing, and murdering everywhere upon the planet Earth, man. Australia, rape, rob, and murder. You know, Africa, rape, rob, and murder. Even the country which they claim to be theirs, which they claim to be founding fathers of, rape, rob, and murder. I'm talking about America. You know, rape, rob, and murder everywhere upon the planet Earth, man. So they take it by violence and houses, and they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So that's the spirit of Esau, man, to rape, rob, and murder with what? With violence, which their blessing is the sword. So it can only go by violence, man. So let me see if there's more to this article. So what they do when they invade a country, they basically set up business there. You know, they are so long in this country called Afghanistan. They just set up their business there, man. You have businesses being opened there, man. They're just doing business. You know, and through the military, they bring in these drugs, they bring in these poppy leaves into America, and they just bring it into the hoods, man. You know, but from the hoods on down, you know, of course it has stages above it, you know. But that's why America is a business. It's a corporation, man. It's not a country. It's not formed out of states. It's formed out of businesses, man. It's a corporation, you know. But that's also scriptural. Ezekiel chapter 28. Let me see. Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 4. With thy wisdom and thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. You know, so all these riches makes Esau proud. All these riches makes Esau the devil that he is, man. Because it says, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches. But that's wisdom and wickedness. That's not wisdom and righteousness. You know? They think that they are the Most High himself, man. Which is not the case. By thy great wisdom and thy traffic. Let's look up the word traffic. Because it also goes back to slavery, man. Traffic, the word there is rakala, merchandise, traffic, trade, which who were traded, man? Who were the people that were traded? The Negros, Latinos, and Indianos, man. The slave descendants, the Israelites. Merchandise, they sell these things that they get in these foreign countries which they invade, and they stay rich off of it, man. That's wisdom and wickedness, man. That's clearly wisdom and wickedness. With thy wisdom and thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. This is how they stay rolling, man. This is how they keep rich. This is how they think to keep world domination, man. But this is how he got world domination. So he wants to keep it. And that's just the thing, man. That's just the thing. You know, Esau is being uncovered, man. Was that scripture, the skirts? I believe it's in Nahum chapter 3 verse 5. Nahum chapter 3 verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, said Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. So all the wicked shit that Esau has been doing over the years, we are in the times that they are being uncovered. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the wickedness of Esau is being uncovered, man. You know? The Most High has uncovered their shame. nakedness. Let's look it up. So it says nakedness, my ma'ira or ma'ir, bare, naked place, nakedness, bare place, nakedness, pudenda, exposed in punishment. So they are being exposed, man. Here under it also says literally the pudenda, or figuratively a vacant space. So things that they was keeping in secret, that wasn't being seen by the open, is becoming naked. So to be seen by the eye. You know, so the things that they have been doing over the years, where this is a thing, a part of, is being exposed, man. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out, man. You know, the Hollywood's so-called scandals are being openly showed right now, which I believe is also a distraction for major things that are happening all over the world. You know, but their skirts are being uncovered, man. Their nakedness is being shown to the nations, man, which we are a part of. You know, so with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem El Shai. You know, call a volume, Yahweh Ba'Shem El Shai. Shalom to the elect.